Now for the big public service announcement, which is the methods I'm going to teach you in this class are about controlled improvisation. Your goal is to facilitate the meeting and to extract information that was previously unknown with audience participation. So it's very, very important that you leave this meeting as a facilitator and less as and not as a lecturer and not as someone giving a presentation. A lot of people like to use this method, which is fine. They'll call it the chalk talk, where they're declaratively delivering an idea. And there's some history behind how the chalk talk became popularized, just so you know where it came from. I'll show you. In 2007, Andy Azula, who was the marketing director, I think, for UPS, created this set of videos for UPS. And these were actually run as commercials on many football games that were very popular in 2007. And I'm just going to go ahead and play this for you. Andy here, I'll leave the link in the notes. Andy is actually explaining concepts very, very simply using this whiteboard format and drawing out, the ideas and talking over it just as you would in a customer meeting. These were viewed as very, very popular ways to describe how UPS did what they did. And these were very, very popular with executives because they saw these commercials and they realized how powerful this kind of messaging could be. Now, this was very, very successful for UPS too. So these executives looked at these and said, oh, this is so great. I can teach people how to do these simple drawings and it will be very, very effective in meetings. Well, some of the problems with this are 99.99999% of everyone in the world could not draw as well as Andy is doing. And when they would try to replicate this, it would look far worse than it does on the board. Number two, if you look at actual whiteboard drawings, I want you to think about looking at these with fresh eyes. I'm going to give you an example. So I'd like you to think about, the last time that you drew on the board and think about like what it was like in the meeting versus maybe seeing that drawing after the meeting. And I'm going to give you guys an example. Okay, so this is just something I pulled off the internet, but this is actually a very well laid out diagram. In fact, the discussion behind this was probably really good. But if you're coming after the meeting, this does not look so good. And if this was something where someone was just talking to the process and just drawing it out, if you had never seen this before, this might have some impact in the meeting. But at the end of the day, if you are presenting your company's ideas and you're not doing it on a professionally laid graphic or with professional animations, and you don't do it exactly perfectly, you are off brand. And at the end of the day, the only thing the customer saw about your company was this very unprofessional presentation of boxes and lines, which is not helpful. So anytime you're giving a declarative talk where it's not interactive, or if the thing that you're drawing, if what you planned out in your mind is going to be messed up by new information, or it's not something where someone can add new information dynamically, I would never use a whiteboard or a drawing tablet or anything like that. Never. I would instead stick to a slide that is animated, that is made by a professional animator and your company, because at the end of the day, that is the thing that you will send to your customer so that they can understand that messaging. And so you can't send this like this looks like after an hour or a day, that customer's going to go back to this, and this is going to look like garbage to them. So the public service announcement I would say is that this course is not for canned chalk talks. It's not for you to memorize something. It is for you to plan a layout and a format and a structure for you to then collect information to create new and to create and collect information, but to facilitate the customer and then to create that artifact and make it long lived. And I'm going to show you how to do that.